Okay, so hello, professor and class. Okay, so I will get started off the week 4 assignment, re-engaging skilled alumni. So let's roll it out. Good. Yeah, so let's start off with again, let's begin with the problem definition first. I found the three key factors of the definition problems. So first is the communications are disconnected and too infrequent and one way. And there's no interactions. Secondly, mass-produced content doesn't speak to alumni needs. Third, even focus on students. I think on the writing, the paper, the professor you shared. Mm, yeah, it's really only targeted on the students and not alumni connections. That's how just defined the problems with the three key factors. And then I little bit deep dive into the problem definition. So why it's disconnected? And here's the five key elements. So no outreach systems. So there's no structured way that the alumni connect um, contact graduates constantly over time, and secondly, to generate messaging. So nobody it doesn't gain any attention. Third, no value exchange. So what worth? Alumni, they are busy. They work a 9 to 5, and they might have families. But the school requests them to come over to their place or interact with the students over a weekend. It's supposed to have a more valuable stuff. And then fourth, missing digital presence. I think that's a weakness part. So I mean, we live in the social media world, so definitely we need to leverage it and take benefit of it. And then unclear identity, return of investment. This also my personal the experience that. Okay, so I spent the time over the weekends to come to school and interact with the student, but how does my time of value of time like directly affected influence the outcome of this the helping students or the school. So I think of somehow we need to clarify that area visually and outcomes. That might be really helpful. So I break down the three paces for 90 days campaigns, and then again the budget will be 18 excuse me $1,500, and then I reallocated on the each pace for each phase that phase one 450 to 650, and lastly phase three will be 400. So phase one will be discover and reconnect. Yes, let's bring that back. So first the 30 days alumni database audit and cleanup, and the email survey, and launch alumni Facebook and Instagram group. And then that's how we just gonna bring the data and the resources up. And then the second phase, engage in activities. Yeah, let's bring the tension to that. Let's more have interactions. Let's build a community. This is slightly inspired by the professor your class. Students in like activities. I think that really helped me think about how bring the tensions, in this, this project. And then lastly, sustainable and sustain and grow. I think is really important part because even though we spend the money and the time, if the community interaction if does not sustain, what is the point we are doing this, right? So like let's say constantly making a like an event, and then the mentorship programs, and then like a brand ambassador kit things that let them more feels that it could really like rewarding somehow, and they're proud of like the our schools their schools as well, make them proud of their schools. Yeah, so here's the budget breakdown, and I listed all the like small details. I'm not going into too much details on it, but I want to highlight the phase one 27%, two 30, and three will be 43% of a whole budget. with in total. Yeah, and the long-term engagement. So, long-term recommendations. So again, sustaining the engagement more meaningfully. I think that's the whole point. So first, annual alumni survey, and the second, skilled alumni spotlight the series, so that like, hey, you guys so important people. You guys play so much important roles for our school and for our future resource, and because you guys gone through this, so let's bridge the gap, like, oh, like a, these connections are more meaningful. Your time is meaningful, and the alumni mentorship program I think is really valuable. I think I believe that same including me, a lot of alumni they want to help the students because they've been there before. They've gone through how hard it is, in the school life with this really like uncertain situations, job marketings or yeah, is everything so like vague, so that I think the alumni mentors are very important. Yeah, and then the annual alumni reunion event. I think that this is really important for the networking because still alumni, they are working in the industry, which means that like they might want to expand their network to uh, jump into other industry or reconnect or I think that's a really like beneficial for alumni as well. So here's the conclusions. Let's wrap it up. So skilled alumni are our greatest asset. So first, like again, the creating multiple channels, email, social media, events, and the direct mails, and long-term systems of survey, spotlights, and mentorship and reunions, and measurable KPI to track the every dollar invested. I think this will be the donation thing that we can probably bring it up. And then lastly, here's a clear three-phase, 90 days re-engagement plans within the $1,500. And that's what prepare for today. And here's a quick reference page. And thank you so much, Professor, and see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.